I just got these recently. These are the Adapt 2023 skates. Just a note, these don't come equipped like this. These were custom made from my feet with custom materials that I ordered and I sent it to them. I purchased this special and quite rare leather hide just to send it to them so they could use it. To construct the skate. Also, I send them matching threads. So the skates didn't come set up like this. I got them with the black laces without the frames and wheels, and I had to paint these bolts and the quattro bolts to match the neon green highlighter color. This is going to be just a first impressions video. I haven't skated these just yet because I am still working on them to get the fit and comfort levels just right before I do a single trick in them. And I normally do this to all of my skates. There's no skate that fits me as well as I could skate it out of the box without any heat molding, without any modifications. So I keep hearing, oh, these Adapt skates are so expensive. Nowadays they aren't really expensive because there's just so many other carbon boots out there that cost around 500 to 600 boot only, and those are skates that are manufactured in China. These skates are made specifically to your foot size. They have wider shells available. I ended up with 43.5 plus 3 millimeters wide shell, which is kind of weird because from other skates I need to use size 45, 46 or size 46 carbon shells. My foot is 285 millimeters mono, but wide. So I need to size up and heat mold all other skates. These skates are size 43.5. So, well, they are 288 mono, and it's wider around here on the side. It does feel very different from any of the other skates I have. I really appreciate that finally there is a skate that accommodates my feet without any serious heat molding. Well, although these must be heat molded most of the time. If you get one, you put them in the oven, you do the heat molding process to get the best fit. And it's kind of surprising to look at them. I normally look at much longer skates. I normally need to wear much longer, bigger sizes. Probably these ones look, just to my eyes, look a bit smaller, which is, it's good. So let's get into it. First thing that I noticed, I can't show you on camera because there is no smell on camera. It smells like leather. When you buy a leather boot or a leather shoe, I really like the smell of leather. Although, I wouldn't say I'm vegan, but I had a period in my life when I really hated animal derived products, and I was doing some leatherworking, making some shoes as a hobby, and I really had to, because I think they had to come to the conclusion that real genuine leather is probably the best for shoes, and in this case for these skates, mostly because of the durability that it offers. So in this case I don't really mind having animal derived products on my skates. It's kind of new, kind of weird. I try not to think of it too much. I just deal with it and try to forget about it. Okay, so these are the 2023 adapts. There's one thing I couldn't offer you. I couldn't compare them to previous models because these are my first adapts. I really like the idea that you could replace, well, this is like a semi-liners. I don't think I'm going to take it out. It comes out very easily. It attaches here by a Velcro strip, stitch onto the liner and inside of the boot. Also the same Velcro is inside here to keep this liner padding in place. Okay, so even without skating them and rolling around in them, I could just tell a lot of things that I like about them. First thing is the backward flex, which is something I really like. It really gives you that very natural articulation of your foot, and probably having more than usual backward flex could help you just articulate your ankles, your movements a bit better, and it could probably help you jump just a bit higher because there is more range of movement that you could utilize when you pretty much pop when you jump. So you could add a bit of ankle strength by the range of movement you get with the backward flex when you jump. Sole plates. So I've been using the sole plates, the Adapt symmetric sole plates on my other carbon skates because I ordered, before I ordered the skates, I ordered some laces, some sole plates to have it on my other skates. I was really happy with them. These are not just some natural standard UGMW, it's something more rigid, something harder. Slides very well. It's a bit rough on rougher ledges. It's a bit harsh, but on rails, coping, it slides really, really well. I'm overall happy with the shape. It takes a bit of time to get used to because you don't really have a lot of flat. There's this very natural curve. I am slowly starting to see the benefits of it. I'm kind of okay with the negative. Could be just a bit wider for my taste, and it will get even just smaller if I do a couple test slide here and there. I'm gonna get into just a couple things. I don't want to be overly critical, but I have very, very specific personal preferences when it comes to fit. The tongue, I'm probably having the most problems with the tongue because it's quite thin. The padding is somewhat adequate, but my problem is when I put this skate on, I just feel like there is this space around here at the front between my leg and the cuff, because I couldn't tighten this cuff that much to get the tongue to fill up the space between my leg and the strap. So I would probably prefer a much puffier tongue or something thin with dense foam that wraps around the top of your feet and in front of and around the front of this leg area, the bottom of your shin. So yeah, this is one area that I would personally prefer differently. What I'm still working on, this is a sensitive feet issue, probably not an adapt issue. I may have grown a princess feet, but my ankle bones get pressure all the time in most of the skates, especially in carbon skates, where there's not enough articulation. I really like it. I like if there's a lot of material here, where you get the pressure when you bend on two grinds. So you get a lot of padding here and very minimal padding around your ankle bone, mostly on the inside. So these I've heat molded these, but the liners doesn't have a scooped out a large dimple area on around the ankle bone. So it's a bit still pressing. It's still pressing my ankle bone, bit rubbing. It gets a bit red from it just by wearing it. I'm still not even skating these, just throwing around for shorter times at home, just wearing them at home just to feel out where I get discomfort and pressure. This basic thing I do against this is just to add a little bit of pads on the inside at the top of the cuff, just to have more room and less pressure on my ankle bone on the inside. This time I found some unused shoe or some kind of insoles. I cut them up, used some sticky tape, double-sided sticky is my friend. So I glued them here, so it relieves a bit of pressure in this area, but it's still not enough. I'm going to do some different modifications to fully relieve the pressure from there. I was very worried that the 288 shell size is going to be small on me, and when it came here it felt very small. It was pressing on my toenails very harshly around here, even on the sides, so mostly around my smaller toes and my big toe. But after heat molding it and swapping out, actually, just a tangent, I really like the original equipment that it came with. It came with these insoles, which are very professional. I really enjoy these, but for some reason with these insoles the skate fits me small. So I replaced the insoles with a different one. I get pretty much a same forward lean, same level of comfort, but the skate, for some reason, it fits me just better, and I don't get this pressure. My toes don't get bumped into the carbon shell at the front. Okay, so these are just first impressions. These skates require quite some work and just light modifications, nothing too serious or crazy. I don't have to Dremel or cut or do anything radical. Just only slight tweaks to make it work for me, to get the fit right, eliminate all the pressure areas, all the rubbing, and get the fit and comfort just dialed in properly. because I've been told that these skates, these require quite a lot of braking time. Are these stiff? I think having stiff skates, what is a stiff skate? It's very subjective to me. They don't really feel that stiff. And I've heard that the carbon cuffs get a bit more flexible over time with use. Also, the fit will improve around the toe box area just by using them. I definitely see myself using these skates a lot. They are currently in my top 3 skates. Even though I haven't really used them, I feel that there's a lot of potential here. I really like how responsive they feel. Even though I haven't really tried them, but just by putting them on, I could feel that there's a lot of potential in here. So I will keep using them. I'm gonna get the first grind in pretty soon because it's getting there slowly. I intentionally picked only certain areas to have this very loud, very radiant neon highlighter green color, which I really like. I'm not really into colors, just a few. I normally like everything just gray, but mostly black and mostly white. But I like to spice things up with just a little bit of color, but that color must be very obnoxiously loud. So I never really thought that I'm gonna ever have Adapt skates. Haven't really heard of this brand until recently because I was away from skating for about 10 years. And I'm so far quite happy. I was really satisfied with the customer service, which was extremely professional, very nice, very prompt. There were no problems, very smooth communication. It took me quite a lot of time to get the skates. I started the process around November, mid-November, but it took a lot of time to discuss all the details and all the logistics, and it took me some time to find the materials and get it shipped to them. Then they started it, and I'm not sure if they were working during the latter part of December. There's normally holidays for most people. I got it in about 2 months, and I'm really grateful that they did this custom work for me.